Hello and welcome to this very short video about Europa Universalis for uh, well, let's see how to describe this game. Think of Civilization but on steroids. It's not one of those 4X strategy games, it's more of a grand strategy game. Here you select a country, maybe a large country or a small one, and try to either, well, not necessarily dominate the world, but you know, make them as big as possible until the end of the game, or just plain survive. Often it's the second option. And right now I'm playing as Russia. Well, Muscovy, but formed a Russian country later on, and having a blast. Okay, I'm a control freak, so I don't play Iron Man. It's too frustrating for me. You gotta go there, just in case. And this is the first game where I've tried to load as little as possible. So I'm slowly but surely weaning myself towards playing Iron Man. Because, let's face it, all the achievements are on Iron Man, so I'd like to get some achievements from my favorite game. Alright, so the game I started in 1443, I think, and if you survive until the end, it ends around 1810, 1812, I'm not entirely sure. So as you can see, I kinda dominate most of the world, but I've tried to stay away from the great powers like France or Spain, or thankfully for me, I was able to get on the Ottomans' good side early on, and they became my ally, because without them, I would not have gotten this far. And eventually, I even befriended Bohemia, uh, and they are pretty much dominating the Holy Roman Empire. Although Austria is still the emperor, but that may change eventually. All right. So why am I making this video? Well, it was to talk a little bit about the game, but especially because I have just gone through one of the craziest wars ever, and I wanted to talk about it a little bit. So here's the thing. This is Pomeria. Normally they cover a few more provinces here, but I grabbed them over the years through different wars. And I was hesitating between grabbing more of their land or not, but I knew that grabbing their land would probably piss off most of the European nations and end up with a coalition against me, and that's bad news. So I figured, well, let's attack them, and since they're a member of the Holy Roman Empire, Austria will help them. And my goal was really to uh, weaken Austria so as to open the door for other stuff. So I declare war, and of course Austria joins. However, Austria had plenty of allies. I already knew about Spain, and Spain is in a personal union with Portugal, so basically you're facing these two powers and all of this, because all of these are their colonies. So yeah, kinda putting yourself in big trouble there. Alright. Now, the thing is, they also called the Papal State, which are normally very small, but in this game, for some reason, they became pretty big and control Italy now. However, I was able to convince Bohemia and the Ottomans to join in, and these people have lots and lots of troops. Uh, Trier here, they joined as well. Let's see, Frankfurt. Who else? Hamburg, I think, and probably others. Oh yeah, the Palatinate here, Augsburg, and maybe someone I'm forgetting. So it was getting messy. So I knew that I would have a hard time. Austria is always difficult, especially since most of their provinces are in mountain ranges, and unless you control the province, it's very difficult to attack there. So I was hoping to take out the junior members of the alliance one by one and then focus on Austria. Thankfully, when France saw Austria getting attacked by us, they said, well, now, isn't that nice? Let's attack too. And of course, since Spain was allied with Austria, they declared war on France. Therefore, Spain was bottlenecked right here, while we were able to focus fire on everyone else, and eventually these guys. But hey, that's fine. And at the same time, let me see. Okay. At the same time, Ferrara's leader, king, died without an heir, and they had royal marriages with Austria and S here. So, of course, that started a succession war between these three countries. Of course, Austria was in big trouble with us, so they could not really mount a suitable defense against us. And that enabled us to eventually win their succession war, which was very unlikely against a much, much stronger Austria. And towards the end, since I was in control, I had pieced out Austria. I gave Croatia, which is one of my vassals. So I gave them a couple of provinces because I didn't like the fact that Bohemia and the Ottomans were pretty much were cutting me off from my own vassal. So I said, well, let's bring them towards the ocean. So that way we might be able to annex them eventually, since I have a few provinces here. Well, maybe I'll be able to get there. Anyway, so all this was going on. I made sure to force every country I beat to relinquish their alliance with Austria, to leave them on an island. So I then set my sights on Brandenburg. If we take a look at the Holy Roman Empire, Brandenburg is like Palatinate, and Trier, which I both beat earlier on, and Bohemia is there as well. They're one of the electors, so they're one of the countries that decide who leads the empire. And I wanted them under me to force them to vote for me eventually. Right now, they don't want to. Of course, I force vassalize them. They hate me. That's quite normal. And I probably won't be able to become the emperor before the end of the game. Still, it's a fun thing to do. Um, so I declare war on Holstein because they were allied with Brandenburg. And of course, because I was attacking Holstein, Austria decided to attack. However, they were still getting attacked by Hesse and Ferrara at that time, and they had also their capital had been taken over by peasants who were angry at them. So I was able to make quick work of Austria and just force vassalize Brandenburg. And just take a look at my manpower. My maximum is 183,000 troops, and I'm down to 30. So I lost pretty much all my manpower during that war. It was a crazy war. I think there were uh, around 390,000 troops on each side. It was insane. Um, so this is the kind of stuff that happens in the game. And right now I'm assimilating Norway. I'm incorporating them into my country. And thanks to them, I will soon have colonies overseas, right here with Finland. Since Russia is not that good at colonizing, usually they get their option late in their game. Let's take a look at here. It's right here that they gain a colonist, so it takes a while to get there. Anyway, uh, now that everyone hates me in Europe, I will likely focus on Korea or Shun or Bengal. Bengal is one of the 8 world powers. I'm obviously first. However, the Ottomans are stronger than I am. They have more troops. And France is pretty damn strong too. Spain as well. They're all very, very strong countries. Bahamanis, which is right here, I haven't, well, and Bengal, I haven't really meddled with. And the Papal State, for some reason, is 8. It's the first time I ever see them that strong. So yeah, every game gives you a different experience. Even if you play the same country, things happen that keep you on your toes pretty much at all times. And this is one of the reasons why I have so much fun with this game. Just discovering what's gonna happen every time. British Mexico. What? Cocomas. Normally, these guys get wrecked really quickly, and Scotland is there now. Yeah, oh yeah, that's something that happened. Scotland got pretty much ousted from Europe, and they only have this now, so they are stuck here instead. Normally, this is where you find um, colonies, but not Scotland because they got fucked. So yeah, a lot of fun. I strongly recommend this game. Easily my favorite game of all time. I must have played like 3,000 hours, if not more. It's insane. Anyway, sorry if it took this long. When it comes to this game, I can talk about it for hours. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.